Yeah, okay, guys, so you can't get that out of an amp modeler, no matter what you do. That's what I said in the last video. Real amps, I know amp model, like I'm trying to modernize my sound and modernize my playing. Yeah, I still suck, whatever. But, you know, mind you, doing the videos like this, I'm just like playing around with it. Some tips for playing loud live, because I'm getting ready to play live this year. Hopefully, we'll see how it works. Don't want to get my hopes up too high, but you never know. If I can find enough people to do... What I want to hear live is this, what I used to be able to hear live. And this being piped through a PA. Guaranteed my favorite pickups I know some people think pickups don't make much of a difference, but these Duncan distortions are just so savage. The Hot Rod Deluxe is a savage amp. The Mesa Boogie is Kongzilla. And this is giving me that Kongzilla sound on one. Mind you, the pedal's cranked, my G2 pedal is cranked full. So basically, I've effectively turned my Hot Rod Deluxe into a metal amp. This thing is just Kongzilla. It's always been Kongzilla. It will always be Kongzilla. It's just that sound. I don't know if you can really hear the tubes out of this, and like some people, tubes don't matter that much. Transistors just as good, but it's the drive you get with these things. Like this thing here is like, it's god awful loud. You can hear that the gnarl off the tubes. Like the 6L6 tubes are very, very gnarly. You can hear that, like that tube sound. It's hard to describe it, but once your ears hone in on it, you'll hear it with a Marshall, but not like that. You'll hear it with a Mesa Boogie, a little more savage than that. But the 6L6 tube is the most savage thing. It's very out front. But just see if you can actually hear like the actual tube sprong in there. Like this is a very sprongy amp. It's not a very tight sounding amp, but this is a very tight sounding cab with the C90 Black Shadows and the Celestians. Awesome speakers. 1991 technology, guys, and I've yet to find a cab that I like more than that. That's saying a lot. That is saying a lot. Mesa Boogie should still make the grills like that too. That's so cool. Yeah, listen for the tube sprung if you can hear obviously you guys aren't getting the same effect on the other side of the other side of the camera. And I'm trying to really get cleaner on my notes. I know when I'm hearing it in the room, it sounds clean, but when I hear the playback, it's like, I'm playing so fast that it's not actually really clean. So I'm gonna try something. See, I've been trying this sequence to get it. Well, I'll do this sequence that I got down pretty good. Oh, I gotta. Okay, this is Raina's Ghostly Tomb lick that I got. One line over a couple of times there just so you can get the proper feel of it. But to play that really clean at that volume with that much freaking distortion. I was listening to an interview with Rick Beato and Yngwie last night, and you know how clean Yngwie plays live, right? And I mean, he's got like something like 45 amps on stage. He was saying, Yngwie was saying he was talking to Tony Obasi or whatever, Animals for Leaders guy. I don't really know the guy's work. I haven't gotten around to listening to him, but everybody raves about him, or whatever. And he said he played his rig in front of him. And he's like, "What God? You could, it's not an amp modeler, right?" So he's like, "What God? You could feel that." And just this here is like, anytime I've ever had it on stage, everybody says the same thing. Like, that thing is just insane. They're like, it's like it. You don't hear it, you feel it, right? And when you feel the cabinet and the amp and everything pushing through, and then of course if you're lucky enough to be able to mic it through a PA and get that glorious wall of me kind of sound, the Kongzilla sound and all that. Once you get that Kongzilla sound, you know, the real, you know, where every chug just kind of hits you, you know. Feel that, like, you're gonna feel that. That's gonna cut through the drum. You're gonna feel that the same way you're gonna feel the drums. And it takes a while to. I hate to say this, but you gotta kind of deafen yourself a bit, because it's like, you know, when like you take a cat for the first time outside and he's like all freaked out. Well, that's kind of what this thing kind of shell shocks you a bit to get used to it. So when you're playing your solos, you get really sloppy with your solos. It takes a while to get used to the aggression coming out of that and being able. And keep it clean like that, you know what I mean? I still have a hard time, like I can do runs okay. You see, I get a little bit sloppy there because of the extra distortion. Not bad, I don't know what the hell I was doing there, but you get the idea of the legato. So a little bit extra noise. So you gotta get as much savagery. Right? To tighten it up, you just, palm mute. tighten up all that crazy distortion, keep the aggression, keep the Kongzilla coming at you, hitting you in the head with the, you know, ripping your face off. But it's when you get into the fast stuff. Start doing string skippings. That's where you start to get a bit messy. And the other thing you run into is that it's the messiness from going from one string to the next. That's what I think is the hardest thing live. So that's why, like, a guy that's really great in his room, when he gets in the band and he starts getting, like I say, you got to kind of deafen yourself a little bit just to take the edge off, just so it's bearable, right? And then you can really focus in on where the extra noise is coming from, you know, between the notes. So now you start shredding on that.